3 things that you need to make sure that you have in your YouTube videos so that you can get more views, more watch time, and all that extra fluff, okay? So the very first thing that you want to make sure that you do when you create your video, okay, prior, is you want to think about your video, okay? What type of video are you going to make? Why the video is important, okay? That's that, all right? What message are you trying to get across to your audience? That's not the first thing, but that's pre-hand, okay? The first thing that's important that I have learned over this whole entire 52 days of being on YouTube at this current time is that you want to make sure that your title is straight to the point, okay? So the things that I do to create my titles is I brain dump. All right, I think about my video that I created and I ask myself, before I even make the video, I brained up on the type of videos or the type of titles that I can possibly give this video, okay? I probably do a good 10 to 15. The reason that is because if I do the video, all right, and I title it the first title and I feel like within the first hour I don't get many impressions or my impressions die down, I change it to the next title, okay? I keep going until I get a title that sticks and that YouTube picks up and say, okay, this is what I understand, okay? The algorithm understand where to put this video. I do that, okay? You can't just go with one title and then stick it and you're like, oh, I don't get any views, just leave it there. You have to continue to manipulate the system for your titles with the algorithm, okay? Because with the title, it tells YouTube what your video is about and who to show your videos to. Is what I've been learning so far, okay? How do I know? If you ever paid attention to any of my videos, okay, you will see a few things that will change. And I just want to tell you, just pay attention, okay? So when I first put out a video, okay, the first thing I do is I do the title, okay? And I see if that works, all right, with the title, all right? If I feel like it may not be the title, the second thing is going into my next tip is I will change the thumbnail, okay? These are the 2 main things at this current time, okay? 2. There's this third one, this third hitter that I'm going to hit you with in a little bit. You want to stay tuned towards the end of the video because I'm going to give you some extra gems, okay? That I want to talk about in a minute. But right now, your title is important. Okay, like I said, brain dump, come up with a good 5 to 10 until you're like narrowed it down to the T, okay? Because you want to give yourself some time to think about what you're talking about. What is your video mainly about? If you can sum it up in a few sentences or 1 sentence or however long, okay? Not too long, but if you can sum it up to help YouTube algorithm pick up where to put the video, okay? That's good, all right? Brain dump the titles, okay? If you feel like you make one title and it's good, okay, cool. But if you make a title and you put it out and it's not working and you're not getting any views, it's the title, okay? Maybe, okay? Then after I do the title, I will start out with one thumbnail, thinking like, okay, that thumbnail will possibly work because that's just the very first thing that comes to my mind, okay, when I do my first thumbnail, because I usually don't stick to the same thumbnail, okay? There's a few videos that I have only made one thumbnail. I'm going to put right here. Right, and that thumbnail hasn't changed, okay, because it got traction within the first hour that I dropped the video. It has slowed down now, but I'm getting like a few views here and there because it depends on what the person is searching for, okay? But I've changed my thumbnail. I will start out, those 2 things will always change because there's nothing else I can really do outside of that. To get more views is to change my title and my thumbnail, okay? So if you are not getting views like you think you should, look at your title, ask yourself, does this title tell the audience or whoever in YouTube what my video is mainly about? If it doesn't really give you exactly what your video is mainly about, then you might want to change the title, okay? Then you have to ask yourself, is my thumbnail eye attracting, right? To you it may be, but then you want to look around at other particular videos and study the craft of thumbnails. You want to look around to see, okay, type in that same type of title that you're putting in and see if any other videos pop up within your genre that you're talking about, and look at their thumbnails, look at their views, okay? Now, we can't really go off of people that got a high following because most of the time they already have their audience, and anytime they put a video out, they're going to get traction regardless because people are watching them and they want to see what they're putting out. Okay, so I try to look at smaller channels who are growing and blowing up to see how they're doing their thumbnails. and to see what I need to do to make my thumbnails better, okay? And so far, somewhat it's been working for me. Now, not every video that you're gonna put out is gonna get all the views that you think you're supposed to get. It just happens on YouTube, okay? Until you grow as a content creator and get more audience and more views and things like that, then you will start to see, like, no matter what you put out, because we have not hit that phase yet, you're going to get the views. Right now, you have to put that hard work in to be able to get the reap of that labor, okay? Until then, you won't get it until you put the work in to get the views. It's like building stamina on YouTube, okay? So those are the first two things that I feel like is important when you're making your videos, okay? It works, all right? And I'm going to explain a little bit more towards the end of this video about how you know it's working, how I know it's working, and so forth, okay? So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned, because I'm a small creator, but things have been working for me slowly, and we're going to talk about more of that towards the end, okay? The third thing that I've been working on is kind of a struggle for me. It is, but it isn't. But just being honest with myself, it's like a struggle. But I think I have read it's because I am a new content creator, and so it's going to take me some time to just build my audience on YouTube. Is retention, okay? Retention. YouTube, please listen to me when I say this, because I know it's true, favors retention. What that means is, how long can you keep your audience attention? Point blank, period. If you can get a video, at least 2 or 3 videos, to where you get your audience where they can watch at least 50 to 100% of your video, right? And you capture your audience attention from the beginning of the video into the end of the video, YouTube is going to push your video further and further along, okay? It's similar to how TikTok algorithm was, just a little bit, because everybody knows how is the more views you get on your video, the further you go up the chain in the algorithm, and more eyes on your video, you get more watch time, you get more views, and possibly more subscribers. Not necessarily, because sometimes people just don't subscribe. They'll watch, they'll like, but the hardest part to get sometimes is the subscribers, which you can work towards that. Getting subscribers is really not that hard. I know I shouldn't say that, but it's really not, okay? If you're putting content out and it's good, you're going to get the subscribers regardless, okay? Those are the 3 key things, okay, that you want to work on those. Forget about everything else, okay? Everything else, forget about it, okay? Put out quality content, make sure it's structured, make sure it makes sense, okay? Pay attention to your caption and pay attention to your thumbnail. These are the key 3 things that you need to be successful on YouTube right now, period. Okay, now, how do I know that what I'm doing is working? It's because I currently have 3 videos right now that is sitting on the browser side, which means I'm on the home page of YouTube on 3 of my videos, okay, or somewhere in there, okay? And I'm going to show you 3 different examples of what I have. So this right here is one example to show you that I'm in the browser at a good decent percent. Another video that shows you I'm in the browser at a decent percent. And this is another video that shows you I'm at a browser at a decent percent. These are all different videos, right, that I've made over the last week and a half to 2 weeks. I'm on the home page, which means when somebody first opened up YouTube, they see my video. So, which is a good problem to have, okay? And you want to be in a decent high percentile when it comes to that. So, between 50% and higher is what I'm thinking. You want to be higher, but right now, I'm on the home page is what you want. As a new content creator, being on the home page is like, right? So right now, I feel like what I'm doing is working, changing my titles, changing my thumbnails, okay? As well as paying attention to trying to get my audience to pay more attention to me. Is the biggest struggle that I have is retention, like I said before. But if you are doing the thumbnails and getting those titles together and allowing your videos to marinate in the system, okay? Like when you make your videos and you see that it's doing great, don't touch it. Like let it sit, okay, for a while. Like one of my videos that I just showed you previously that is doing well on with that thumbnail has like almost, it has 350 something views, right? I have a decent amount of watch hours on that video. I feel like that video will take me a long way throughout the year because of that type of video. People are going to be searching for that type of topic for the whole entire year, okay? And I have a whole playlist that I'm going to be pretty much having by the time the end of the year is over with. I'll have a playlist all about how to make money online. So I'm continue with that particular topic and all other particular things that I'm teaching on my page or my channel, okay? So for this last thing that I want to share with you that has also worked. Now, the thing is about this that I'm about to share with you is that I don't do it on every video. I know if I was to be consistent with this on all of my videos, I could get more watch time and I could get more views, okay? And people may stay a little longer because I've done it with the one video I just showed you that has 350 something views. On that video is chapters, okay? Chapters. Okay, what is chapters? Chapters pretty much, it's where it's like the different parts of your video that you're talking about, okay? So each time you switch to a different topic, your audience is able to flip through and go to the topic that they mainly want to look at. That'll get you more watch time because maybe they only want to, from your whole entire video, if you have your chapters labeled out right, they can click on it and say, okay, I don't really want to hear the introduction. I already know what her video is probably mainly about, but let me get the substance of this video, of what she's talking about, and then I don't really want to hear the conclusion or whatever. I just want to get what's in the middle. You're going to get watch time because they're going to watch whatever you have in the middle of the video, and not watch your introduction, not watch your end. You giving them that option to engage with your content by flipping through the different parts of that one video, okay? And they're probably like, girl, what is chapters? How I make chapters, okay? So when you make chapters, you have to time stamp. I'm going to make another video on this because I have to get more descriptive, but pretty much is how you do it is when you make your video, okay? When you make your video and you're done, you submit your video, you want to rewatch your video. Now, you don't necessarily want to rewatch it on YouTube because then it kind of messes up your analytics if you watch your own video, but you can watch it from your phone or wherever you make the video at, and you timestamp the introduction. So 000 is going to always be the part that begins your introduction, and then you'll hit the little dash, and then next to it you will put where do your introduction end. That's the time it ends, okay? You label each section, so that's what's called a chapter. It's like in a book, okay? And then whatever your next point starts in your video, you get that time, right, that you write down, and then you keep it forward. To make it, you know what, let me just show you an example, okay? This is what I'm talking about. This is how your chapters should look, okay? You stamp it down. Easier. What am I thinking about? Give you a visual, okay? So you stamp it to where, and then you take that wherever you put it. So if you, let's just say you type it on your Google Doc or you type it in your phone or whatever, copy and paste it. You want to put it at the very end or towards the end of your video, before your hashtags or after your, before your hashtags that you're putting at the bottom of your description, okay? You want to put that in there and hit save, and then what will happen is it's going to create chapters. Give it about a good 10 to 15 minutes. And so you will have chapters in the video that helps give you watch time, because people are going to continue to watch your video because they can flip through. And people, I feel like people love chapters because I do. And when I see a video that don't have chapters, I'm like, oh, I have to watch this whole entire video, and I don't feel like I want to do that. So then you what? Oop, escape. Okay, so this is why I said I don't do it as consistent as I should be. I know that's what can give me more watch time. So what I'm going to do going forward is now all of my videos that do not have timestamps or chapters, I can go back and do that, essentially, so that it probably will give me more watch time because it worked on that one video that gave me 350 something views. Okay, so that was the tea that I have for y'all today. I'm so glad you came and watched my video. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I gave you all the good gems that I could possibly have, and keep growing. Keep posting every single day. That's all you have to do. Okay, love you. Toodles.